Welcome back, Blue Raider Nation, to our Blue Raider Breakdown post-game show, but this time in basketball as it is finally back here at the Murphy Center. We just had our home opener. Our women's basketball team did against Tennessee State, beating them 59-53 all the way down to the wire. And we, of course, have our associate head coach, Matt Insell, with us. Coach, first off, let's just start with, how do you evaluate your team's performance tonight?
You know, we've made a lot of strides from really our first exhibition to our second exhibition, even to today. Mm-hmm. But we got a long way to go. We're not near where we got to be. We don't know yet, and it's today we're having to scream at them because they couldn't hear us. Obviously,
yeah, the shrieking.
And so you're trying to get them to hear you, and they can't hear. But our executions have got to be better. First quarter we came out and we kind of script things the first quarter to help them because they're so young, and you saw 25 points in the first quarter, and then Tennessee State made an adjustment, and so then we didn't handle our adjustments very well until the fourth quarter, and then it was like, okay, now I want to do that, and so, but I had a good friend that's coaching the WNBA now that used to be the coach of Arkansas, Mike Neighbors. He texts me and says, hey, win every game by one, and I told him last night I would take that, and so I didn't really want to sit through that though, and so, but it was a great win, 6-point win. Hats off to Tennessee State. I watched them on film. They're very talented. I've seen other teams in the OVC. I'd like to know that. I don't know if anybody's as much talent as they have. Candace has done a good job putting a good team together there, and they played really well today, and it was a good game.
Head coach Rick Insell, your dad, he was saying in the press conference that the defense won this game today. How would you also elaborate on that?
Well, I thought we played really good defensively in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And, the second and third quarter we were, out of whack from time to time. Mm-hmm. We can't let our offense struggles at times dictate your defensive struggles. But I would agree. I mean, I think our defense won the game for us. I think our defense is going to have to win a lot of games for us until we get our executions right. And I think I told you in a podcast last week, it's okay. We're early in the year. It's going to be okay. We got to find a way to win. And they did. They found a way to win to get to 1-0. And then we're going on the road for 3 games.
Exactly. And with 7 true freshmen, we talked about what you mentioned on the podcast, this youthful team there's going to be moments where we got to hang in there with them. They're growing, they're learning. How, again, would you say that to the community of just letting people know that you all are doing everything you can day in and day out to come out on top?
Hang on. I mean, it's just like riding a horse. And, I have some people I hear people say all the time, man, y'all get up so big and the games get boring from time to time. Well, they're not going to be boring this year. No. It doesn't matter if it's Tennessee State, if it's Tennessee, if it's Auburn, if it's Liberty, if it's Western Kentucky, whoever it shall be, there are going to be a lot of games like that. Mm-hmm. And we just got to find ways to win. We do a drill every day in practice called 150, and you got to make 150 points in 4 minutes. And, and it's you got to shoot the ball really well in that drill to get it. And there'll be days where I'm watching and I was like, there's no way they're getting it today because they're so far off after the first minute. And then this group has always found a way to get it, and they always win that drill. And in my 8 years here, we've never had a team that's won that drill every single day, and they have won it every single day. So that tells me they're winners. At no point over on the bench tonight did I think we were going to lose the game, even though it looked a little bleak from time to time. But they find ways to win and find a way to make a play, and they did that. And we got to have some people step up. Today it was Stacy had to play quite a bit because they were playing so small. It was not the right game for like a Nikki or even a Jenna and people like that. So, Stacy came in and played really, really well for us. We're happy with her today.
Your dad said the exact same thing, actually, about that drill.
Yeah.
Saying that you all fight to the very end, and that was exactly shown, especially in the last 2 minutes. I mean, Savannah coming up with that steal, continuing to fight, and we talked to the girls about it as well. Speak on, again, how much that is characterizing this team. They might be young, but they're gritty.
Yeah, we don't have time to be young.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
we're in it now. We got 3 straight road games, and, that's what everybody wants you to be is young. And the great thing is, the Life exhibition, the Tennessee State game, obviously they were very similar to how they played us. Mm-hmm. And, they're looking at the same roster that everybody else is going to look at, and you're going to see that FR besides every name. And when they see that freshman besides those names of a lot of people that are playing, and even the Savannah Davis, she was in a complimentary role more last year. It wasn't a pressure role she was in. AC wasn't here last year, so they got so many new pieces that Stacy didn't play a lot of minutes last year. So now the game plan is to come out and not literally punch you in the face, but for a figure of speech for sports here, to punch you in the face and see how you take that. And both teams have done that, and we've backed a little bit, but then we come right back. And so that's part of it. They got to learn how to play in college. They got to learn what's going to be allowed, what's not going to be allowed. Macy's getting in foul trouble. Yuhan's getting in foul trouble. Kirsten and Yuhan got to run our team. They have to run our team. And running our team is getting the shot that we want. And, I just told them after the game, we have to learn that sometimes you have to pass up a shot to get a better shot. And we have to learn that aspect of it. But, you look at the end of the third quarter, there's 28 seconds on the clock, and we're playing like there's the first quarter, and it's like we just got to hold it for the last shot in the quarter. We take 4 shots before it even gets to the I'm like, whoa, slow down. They just don't know, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Now, looking at what you said, next 3 games on the road, you're heading to St. Louis in a couple of days. Where's the mindset of what you're trying to instill in your players?
Fire the scheduler, number 1. No, that's me. So I hope we don't do that. But it's just who we are. We're not easing into it. And I think somebody asked me, maybe in you or somebody said, are you being patient with this? Do you find yourself being patient? We don't have time to be patient. Yeah. We have to play, and we have to go on the road. We don't get to figure it out against a Division II or Division III team. And I know people get tired of me hearing that, but a lot of people in our league do that. We don't have that time. We got a good A-10 team in St. Louis. We go back and play another really good OVC team, and then we go on the road and play a team that's picking the top 3 in the American. So, we just got to come back to work tomorrow to get better tomorrow, get better on Wednesday. Hopefully we can get through TSA, and we can get a flight up to St. Louis and come back Friday, take the day off, and go back to work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and play Tuesday. It's just we can't give into it, and we're not going to rest on, okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Find a way to beat St. Louis now. It's a one-game season again. Let's find a way to win one more game. And that's what we'll talk about tomorrow. It's just let's find a way to win one more, and then we can keep this thing going a little bit.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate your time. Like he said, they are on the road to St. Louis, facing them on Thursday, and then they won't be back until home against November 20th against Tennessee.
Yeah, so. They say they're pretty good, right?
That's what they say. But thank you so much, and thank you, Blue Raider Nation. Exactly, you are. Now we have Savannah Davis in the chair for our Blue Raider Breakdown post-game show. Savannah, you played a total of 38 minutes, 31 seconds tonight, but from your perspective as this leader coming onto this team for the home opener, what did you see?
It was a good experience for us. It was a tough game. It was physical. We were having to get after it. Unfortunately, we were having to come up and down, but we kept coming up from it, and I think it was good for us.
The last 2 teams you've played, including Tennessee State and Life, they both really tested you all defensively. How do you think that is just making sure that you all are creating more momentum on the moments that you need to make?
Yeah, so tonight we kind of had a little trouble executing, and I think that was just us. I mean, their defense was good, but it was us not going into the plays and not trusting that next shot. Like Coach says, you have to give up a good shot for a great shot, and we weren't really doing that tonight. So I think their defense and just the pressure they were applying kind of showed us that we do have to give up that good shot for a great shot.
And that's exactly what Coach said. Coach Matt Insell, he was saying that's what he's preaching to you all, especially as you're about to go on the road for the next 3 games. How big of a test do you think that will be not being here in the Murphy Center before you come back against Tennessee?
Yeah, so it'll be good for us, but it will be a test, kind of just to see can we carry on the defense on the road. Like Coach Insell says, you got to take defense on the road. Offense, we can mess up, but you have to take your defense. And tonight we showed effort, and I think we just need to carry that over, and it'll keep growing.
With all of these young girls, I mean, you're young as well. Don't get me wrong. But you are a leader of this team as a sophomore. What have you been learning about yourself just to make sure that you're still applying that leadership role, even though this is your first year doing it? I mean, as a freshman last year,
Yeah, so I'm having to push myself even more because you can't really be a leader if you're not out there giving your 100% and you're not diving on the floor and you're not encouraging others. So I think just doing that, and I'm kind of learning more about myself in this role, which is good, and I think I'm growing along with all of them just seeing us all grow together is just really amazing.
Talk about the fight of this team. I mean, the last 2 minutes for you specifically, getting that still going up and getting those 2 points to make sure that you're going over after you all were tied against Tennessee State. What was going through your mind? What were you seeing in your teammates' faces to make sure that you all were gritty and you got that win?
It's good. I could feel it. I could feel the vibes. Like, we go over, they call a timeout, we get on the bench, and we're all like, yeah, like, we're winning. Like, we're not backing down. We're Middle Tennessee. We're blue collar, and we're not going to lose this game. And Coach, I mean, he was saying the same thing, and we all just had to believe it. And we go out there, and we just had to give the effort we know we have.
Yeah. Okay, well, and you did, beating Tennessee State 59-53 in the home opener of the 2025-2026 campaign. Thank you so much, Savannah, and thanks, Blue Raider Nation.